to eat para desplazarnos a The Wine Cellar, parada obligatoria en la isla.
Si fuese Terminator, básicamente habrían rayos alrededor mío y estaría viniendo del futuro. No es el caso, simplemente estoy en Curaçao y vamos a seguir con nuestro... No puedo creer que hice eso. En nuestro recorrido gourmet, ¿ok? Estamos en nuestro recorrido gourmet en Curaçao y estoy muy contento de seguir mostrándoles, luego de bastantes horas de sol, más de la comida y de la cultura gourmet acá en Curaçao. Vamos a pasar a un lugar bastante especial, se llama The Wine Cellar, y en The Wine Cellar vamos a conocer a Nicolás, el chef y dueño de The Wine Cellar, que por supuesto nos va a dar de comer súper rico. Vengan para acá. Curaçao, otro destino, Copa Airlines.
Welcome, good evening to the people of Paraguay.
Okay, it's a good invitation. It's a good welcome. Hello, Nicolás. My name is Raúl.
How are you? Pleasure to have you here.
I'm the host of this TV show here, a 1000 kilómetros del mar, and we came here to know you and talk about the wine cellar. Why is the number?
The name of the wine cellar was chosen because we were selling wine basically.
Okay.
As a wholesaler, like an importer, and then we made it a room for tasting the wine, and eventually, that happened 40 years ago, we turned it into a restaurant. Small items, onion soup, escargot, cheeses, and in the 80s we upgraded it to a little bit more fancy place.
Okay.
But yeah, we have been here for 40 years.
There's some wine from here, from Curaçao.
Some Portuguese are trying to make wine now. They probably have the first production in 3 years.
Yeah.
That's close to the airport. And the Portuguese always used to make wine, but not really on a commercial basis, just for themselves. But we have plenty of wines from South America, from Chile, Argentina.
Okay.
So,
in Argentina, Malbec.
Malbec is excellent, Comanair, but the same of Chile. Best wines come from Chile and Argentina at the moment.
Okay, and who's the most wanted here? The most wanted wine?
That is the Malbec of Argentina, I would say, and Cabernet Sauvignon, and Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay from Chile, from the better houses, and we're happy with the selection. It's basically all wines nowadays are well produced.
Tell me something about the client, the usual client here in the wine cellar.
We started 40 years ago, as I said, with some younger people who love to go out at night. Then they grew up a little bit more serious. We adapted ourselves. In the meantime, they come back for their anniversaries, birthday, whatever. And the next generation is also visiting us. We have a good clientele, local clientele, but now the majority we serve is tourists.
Okay, and tell me something about you. You're a chef, Nicolás.
Originally, I was trained as a chef. I went to the hotel school in Switzerland, and I had another restaurant on the island, and I worked for many years in the kitchen.
Okay, and what is your favorite wine?
The Bordeaux wines are great. I always found them noble, but like
Bordeaux,
I said, the Chilean
origin
from France, because we started with France wines. When we started in the 70s,
yeah,
the import from Chile and Argentina was very little.
Yeah.
And the Spanish and French wine were known and much easier to get too. But in the meantime, we mostly drink Chilean wine, Argentine wine, and also some Australian wines. And that's what we recommend to the guests. Australian wines are also interesting.
The menu of the wine cellar has an evolution, constantly evolution?
It's basically based on the French kitchen, where when we go to school we study the French kitchen, and you can aberrate a little bit, you can have fantasy, you can be an artist,
yeah,
but you always go back to the basics, the cream sauces, the soups, and the I wouldn't say popular, but the classical dish, the classic dishes.
Like what? What is a specialty of the house?
We have a great duckling, pato.
Okay.
And then we have the lomito, from the Angus beef. That is from that we import from the United States, but that is a beautiful cut of beef, the tenderloin. And then we have the best shrimps. We serve fresh fish from the surrounding islands and from our own waters also.
Yeah.
And then we have escargot, the snails. And we have fresh mushrooms, and that's a big seller. The mushrooms, we have big mushrooms, we stuff them with goat cheese and herbs. And they became very popular.